John 1:12 through 13 continues on, and it actually talks about, whereas right before it says that the world rejected Jesus and that his own people did not receive him. It says in verse 12, it says, but as many as did receive him, to them gave he power to become the sons of God. And then in verse 13, it says, which were born not of blood, all right, and not of blood, not of the will of man, nor of the will of flesh, but of God. In other words, you know what? This salvation is not something that we can really hard, we can do it ourselves, becoming born again and becoming children of the Most High God. We can do it if we really try hard enough, or if we convince ourselves, or if we we can't do it. We can't do it. We don't become born again. We don't become saved. We don't become adopted into the kingdom through our own sheer willpower or through our genealogy. Some people believe that they were born into a good Christian family, so they were born Christians. It doesn't work that way. All right. You might be third or 15th generation pastor or preacher. Doesn't mean that you're a Christian. You need to have a personal relationship with the Lord. But that's something that we have to remember also. This is not anything to do with flesh and blood. This is not something that we try really hard to do, which is good, because let's say that our families are not that good. Maybe our families were into witchcraft for generations. Guess what? That doesn't mean that you cannot be born again. If God goes ahead, if the Father calls you, elsewhere in the scriptures, it says, where Jesus says, you know what? No one can come to me unless the Father draw him. And so if the Father is drawing you, don't let your parents, don't let your lineage, don't let any of that sort of stuff make you think that you cannot come to Jesus, that you cannot believe, or that you cannot be born again, that you can't be forgiven, or anything like that. Because God is the one who does it, no matter what other people say. Let's keep that in mind, because the devil and the world loves to convince us that, you know what, we can't be saved. Other people can, but we can't. That's not true. Salvation belongs to the Lord, and it is by his power that we are saved. God bless you, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.